Welcome to the Greater Joy Podcast. We're back again. I'm Erin.
I'm Jordin.
Welcome back. What are the vibes today?
The
How's your week
vibes
been?
are, I don't know what day of the week it is. It's a Thursday, so we're like, our filming schedule. Like, I feel like I don't know how to film on a Thursday.
Me neither.
And I was like, everything's not working.
I am thrown off today.
Me
like
too.
I was walking up the stairs to get here, and I was just thinking, this is wrong.
I know.
It is a Friday, and this is not right.
But it's not.
I have to go right now.
It's not a Friday.
Hey, I'm leaving.
I
Because
know.
it's not a Friday.
It feels really weird.
My entire week has been thrown off. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you know how it is.
You know how it be sometimes.
This week has not been a real week. Like,
No, I feel like this week was a fever dream.
it wasn't even a fever dream. It's like, it just was a dream. Like, it wasn't a bad dream. It wasn't a good dream. It just didn't exist.
It just didn't happen. Like,
You know what I mean?
We're in a sleeping state.
Yes.
For sure.
I am asleep.
For sure asleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was thinking back through, like, I was telling you, I was, like, thinking through, like, oh, like, what all did I do this week? I don't think I did anything productive or anything of purpose or value.
Mhm.
And then I realized we had our Easter egg hunt this week.
Oh.
Yeah,
that was that was this week.
That was this week.
That was, like, truly, truly amazing.
No, I think we should do it every year. It was,
Yes.
I had the most fun, like, hiding those eggs and getting it all set up.
Like, genuinely, this is completely separate, but I was talking to someone about this the other day, and the point of the conversation that we were having, it was like, I would try, like, pretty much anything. Like, I would try anything once. Like disregarding things that are, like, straight up, like, sinful, and also things that involve running.
Yeah.
I would do anything once. But then I ran at the Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, you did.
So I
Everybody
guess
had,
I'm-
like, a slight little jog going.
Yes. So I guess I was proven wrong. I would run for an Easter egg hunt,
You would
but
run
not
for
much
an
else.
Easter egg hunt. It was very fun. I don't think I've laughed that hard. It was just so funny. We did a glow-in-the-dark Easter egg hunt with all of our friends who are all in college. None of us have children, so it was just a bunch of grown-ups
Mhm.
hunting eggs in the dark. And I helped. I hid the eggs, and it was just so funny. Like, you could barely see people, but I could just, like, hear people scurrying about hunting for these eggs.
At one point, I don't think Bella was looking for eggs. I think Ethan was just chasing her.
I did not know that.
I was so, like, dead serious, and I was, like, looking for eggs, and then I hear Bella just bloody murder screaming. And then Ethan's not making any sound. He's just running, and he's just chasing her, and they're both, like, running, like, full sprint, like, through the darkness. And I, like, in that moment, I was so serious that, like, I didn't even register it as being funny. I was just annoyed.
That's so
I'm like,
funny.
I'm trying to focus on my
Get
Easter egg
out
hunt.
of my way. There are Easter eggs to get.
Get out of my way. I'm here to win.
That's really funny.
Also, genuinely the most genius part about it was the prizes.
Oh, thank you.
Like, it was by far the most perfect level of prizes.
Thank you. I tried to go for, like, those arcade prizes that you work a little bit hard for, but not too hard.
Yes.
I wanted to get junk that people would want, but also wouldn't feel guilty throwing away.
Exactly.
And I feel like I succeeded at that.
You definitely did. Like, I was describing it as the best things in the arcade gift shop that you could actually get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The best achievable things in the gift shop.
No.
Or the arcade or whatever.
Yeah. Also, life hack, don't go to the arcade, just go to Walmart and buy it for $3.
Oh, yeah.
Don't spend $50 at the arcade.
Spend $50. Arcades are genius.
They're geniuses.
They make some money. Like, I will be so serious over getting some bouncy balls.
Yeah.
That just stay in a drawer.
I haven't been to an arcade in a while. Maybe we should go.
I am so down to go to an arcade. What's your favorite arcade game?
There was one that I cannot remember what it's called, but I vividly remember it. And, like, you drop one coin at a time, and it rolls down this little ramp, and it shoots in. And I liked that one a lot because you would get a lot of tickets from that one.
Okay, I've never played that game. I think I just, like, didn't I've never understood how it works, and
You're aiming your coins into these little holes, and the holes have are bigger. They're different sizes, and they move, and they're telling you like how many tickets you get if your coin goes in there. And so I really enjoyed that one because I was just like I felt like the least effort for the most tickets I could get back.
Got you. Okay, that game always scared me. Like I never attempted to understand. I just looked at it and I just saw ching 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 ching. You know what I mean? Like it's like that sound.
Yes.
And then I got scared, and then I went to play skee ball.
You would go. Skee ball was fun. That's what that's probably my second favorite.
Skee ball is really good. Skee ball is probably my second favorite.
Yeah, it was good.
I bet skee ball is the most common second favorite arcade game.
Probably. If you haven't been, you have to go. There's this place I think it's in Fort Worth called Free Play. Have you ever been there?
I've not.
Okay, so me and my family go. We've probably gone like 2 or 3 times, and my dad loves it especially. Okay. So you pay if it's a bar, but if you go in at like a certain time and they're not serving drinks and they're just like serving like waters and sodas, and then you pay like a flat rate of like $13 to get Free Play, and the back of this room is an 80s style games arcade.
Okay, like actual
it's got
actual
old
80s
Pac-Man,
games.
Miss Pac-Man, actual 80s games. It's got Fix-It Felix Jr.'s in there.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like all the old pinball machines. Like my dad is like 5 years old when we go in there. Yeah. Because it's like bringing him back to his childhood, and we have so much fun. You don't have to pay you pay like a flat rate of $13. You can stay as long as you want. You can go get it. Like we always get like fun. They have like the fun glass bottled soda, so we always get like some of those.
I love that.
And you need to go. It's so fun. The one we found was in Fort Worth. I'm sure there's more, but it's like I would do it for my birthday every year if I could. Like it's so much fun. I love going. They have like a few modern games, but not many. Like most of them are old 80s style.
Interesting.
Arcade games.
There is the only times I've been to arcades is like in high school for like school trips. They'll take us for like UIL and stuff. They'll take us to whatever that place is called,
like that Main Event or something.
Yeah, Main Event. And those are good. But then one time, at some point in time, my I guess at some point my dad's work took them to like this arcade place for like some reason, and then we all went like with my family. And it's called Andretti's, who apparently this is a famous person who do something about race cars.
Oh, okay.
And that's like the theme of it.
Well, I think your parents would, if your parents were like arcade kids, I feel like I could see your mom being obsessed with this. Just really? I could see your mom being like, this takes me back, and like enjoying it for that reason.
Oh, she definitely loves like, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so I think like your mom could enjoy it for that reason. But me and Noah,
I don't think either of them are arcade kids.
It. My dad was an arcade kid.
My parents are not. They were like, I don't
but
think
your
my
mom
parents
would love it because I think she would appreciate the games for the memories and the nostalgia.
Yes, I got you. But
and you and Charlie would enjoy playing the games. They're so fun.
Like it was super fun, and like they had like VR games and stuff.
Oh, fun.
Which were super fun. But anyway, this place is called Andretti's, and at one point during the week before or something, Charlie has like a little calendar in her room, and my mom walked in there, and at one spot on the calendar it said going to Aunt Gretty's.
Aunt Gretty's, that's cute. How long ago was this?
I have no idea. Like a year or two?
Okay.
I don't know. Like,
so she was like young enough that was appropriate to say that, or
no. Like basically, like this was like a year ago.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think we'd talk about arcade games for so long.
I don't think we would either.
But we should go to an arcade. We should go to Free Play. It's so fun.
We should
find one. There's probably one in like Houston.
I bet you. I would love to go to one. I think I've only seen this once in an arcade, but I think my favorite arcade game is Guitar Hero.
Really?
I
never
think I'm
play
good
like
at
the
it.
dancing arcade games and like the music ones.
I'm not big on the dancing ones.
Yeah,
but
I never do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Anyway.
The other thing that I did this week, as I was really deeply searching for things I did, was I befriended my neighbor.
Oh, really?
I think you were here. Maybe.
Yes.
She was down there. She was like looking at my dog, and she's like, "Oh, I'm trying to get one." And so since that interaction, I've seen her like 4 or 5 times outside.
Really?
We thought she was missing for a while. I think she was just out of town.
Okay.
Me and Mitchell were like, she's been gone for a long time. And we've been chatting it up when we see her, and she's been asking me about my dog.
That's all right.
Yeah.
All right. I love neighbor friends.
I don't know her name, though.
Oh, okay. So is she really your friend? You don't need to know someone's name to
Do
be
you
friends
need
with
to
them.
know your friends' names?
I guarantee you do not. Otherwise, a lot of my like class friends and school friends are not my friends.
I guarantee you most of your even close friends don't know your middle name.
Oh yeah. No.
So it's fine.
Yeah, middle name is like that's trivia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, you're really close if you know each other's middle name.
But also I feel like maybe not. Like you could be like I don't know. I feel like you could be really not close to someone at all and know their middle name.
Okay.
But I don't know what I was going to say. Some about middle names.
Okay.
Okay.
And last thing that I did was I went to the Walmart that I bought the cookie dough at originally.
Was it there?
No.
Oh.
I am so
Did you dream it?
convinced that I dreamt this cookie dip.
Oh my gosh. That like genuinely I had so much hope that it would be there. Like I really fully believed that it would be there.
I looked for it because I want to bring it here to the pod for you to try it and to have your honest reviews, and I can't find it. I'm so convinced that it was a dream.
Yeah.
Now, because it's like nothing. I can't even find like anything similar. I can find like the little cookies.
Yeah.
And I can find cookie sandwiches, which I'm sure is the same frosting in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what I ate.
So, okay, were those cookies, was it like a package of cookies within this thing?
It was like a bucket of little mini cookies in the bakery section.
Okay.
And then inside the bucket or container was a little mini container with another little lid that had the dip in it.
I'm kind of not opposed to the theory that someone just like created this
I'm
masterpiece
kind of
and then just
like
left
thinking
it.
that like they had extra ingredients that were gonna go bad soon, and they were like, "Hey, like we've got extra cookie filling, frosting. Let's just make this dip."
Yeah, let's just make a work of art.
And then they never made it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tempted to call and sue Walmart.
For psychological damages.
So it's literally been psychological damage.
Yeah.
But that's really about all I did this week.
Okay. I took 2 tests this week. I like just took one before I got here. I have not slept. I've not gone to bed before 3 a.m. This whole week. So, womp womp.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Maybe you can go to bed before 3 a.m. tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah.
Maybe 2. Maybe 2:30. We'll see. I have nothing to do. I have no excuse. I need to go to bed.
Yeah, just go home and go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. But like my whole week has been like sleeping just from like 3 to 6 a.m.
Erin.
Yeah. I have been up at 6 a.m. like every single day.
Are you okay?
Like the same amount of okay as normal.
You have the weirdest
Sanity-wise.
schedule and routine I've ever seen in a
Yeah,
person, though.
it's a problem. Here's the thing. I will have a normal sleep schedule when I'm out of college. You know what I mean? Like, I fully believe that I will.
Like when you have like a 9-to-5 job or whatever?
Yes.
Like I feel like college is like, what is my life?
College is
What is
like,
my schedule?
Nothing is worse for, like, sleeping and eating habits and things like that than college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. Like,
I can understand that.
I have never eaten a meal at a normal time in college, I feel like. You know what I mean?
Today, I woke up, I had a friend come over this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and then she left around 12, and then I passed out till 4:30, and then woke up with the deepest hunger in my belly because I hadn't eaten. And I was like, I must devour every food in my sight. Right now, I'm so hungry
Yeah.
because I slept and I have some allergy issues right now, so I'm just like feeling, I'm a little high on cold medicine,
she's on
allergy medicine,
drugs.
you know? This morning, Mitchell laid out like 14 different pills I took.
Yeah.
And I was just popping those boogers trying to get this mucus out of me.
He was being a pharmacist.
He was being a pharmacist.
For real.
For real. He's practicing. But yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Maybe you can get some sleep this weekend.
I definitely will. My dad texted me and asked me when I was gonna go home, and I haven't responded yet because I genuinely don't know. I'll figure it out. You know, I'll get home.
Tomorrow.
At some point tomorrow, I'll get there eventually.
Yeah. I think that's perfect.
And we'll just have to see.
Yeah, we're going back tomorrow. We're going tomorrow evening. Mitchell gets off at like 6, and then we're headed out.
Heading out.
We're rolling out, people.
Going downtown.
But we're headed out because we haven't addressed it. This Sunday is Easter.
This Sunday, oh, yes, okay. This Sunday is Easter, and that would make today Monday, Thursday. I don't know what that means.
Monday, Thursday?
Monday, Thursday.
Monday?
You've never heard of Monday, Thursday?
No.
Every day of the week has a name.
For Easter week? Or just in general?
For like Easter week, like something specific. I think Monday, Thursday is when you like, it's like very quiet and somber and you like, I actually can't remember. I might be wrong.
Why we feel this way.
Maybe it is.
Because I've legit thought about just taking a nap on the podcast.
I would so take a nap on the pod. You know Jenna Marbles' video where she sleeps?
Yes.
I think we're there.
Speaking of Jenna Marbles, I was going to talk about how there's a video of hers where she does a Easter egg hunt for her dogs.
Oh, yeah.
And I did that for Luna.
Maybe I haven't seen that one.
It's really cute.
If I have, I've only seen it once.
Her and Julian dress up as Easter bunnies.
That's so sweet.
And hide these eggs for their dogs. And I did it for Luna. And she like gathered all her eggs and cracked them all and ate them.
That's so sweet.
She had a great time. She loved it. But I was gonna ask if you know of or have any like Easter traditions that you did growing up or traditions you do now. Easter's not a big tradition holiday, I feel like, but like, do you have plans? Like, what's Easter look like in the Erin house?
In the Erin house, in my house, Easter.
I know you were really upset about not having a Good Friday service to go to.
Oh, yeah, that bothers me.
That they did. Did you see the picture I sent you? They did have palms on Palm Sunday.
Yes.
You were like, they're not going to have palms on Palm Sunday?
Yes, I like having palms on Palm Sunday. I think it's nice, and I think you can fold the little palm leaves into a cross, and I think that's important for Easter.
Okay.
How else will you have Easter?
You won't,
that's actually not that important.
I've never once done that in my life.
I have not done that since I was a small child, and like my old church, like from where I grew up, I don't even know if they did that every year. I think I just really latched onto that.
I feel like you could really get into like origami.
Oh, girl, I could get into origami. I could be big into origami.
Yeah.
One day, probably, I'll have a phase. Anyway,
starts tomorrow. Starts tonight. You're up till 4 a.m. folding paper.
I won't sleep tonight because I'll just be origaming. What was I gonna say?
Something about Easter.
Easter. In the past, we do a glow-in-the-dark egg hunt a lot.
Really?
Yes. I told you about that. I said we have a whole box of Easter eggs in my house, and they probably have broken glow sticks in them.
I didn't know that your family did that.
Yes.
Maybe we were talking about it and you said that, and then we decided to do that as a friend group.
I think it is. Like, I genuinely do think it is. That's where the
trend came from?
Yeah. Trendsetter.
And then we all just hopped on that train.
Yeah. What do you do for Easter?
We don't do a lot because my dad's working that day.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big work day for him.
Oh, yeah.
So we typically don't do a lot. I think this year we're going back to my parents, and then I don't know what we're gonna do. I think the past couple years we've done a tradition like where we've had family come into town, and we do like a little Easter egg hunt and stuff with some of my cousins. Because Easter is typically, it's really early this year, but typically it's in April and it's really close to my birthday. So it's usually like Easter/birthday lunch.
Got you.
Kind of thing. One year, in 2022, Easter was on my birthday.
Oh, yes.
Easter Sunday.
Oh, happy birthday.
It's not my birthday, but that was my birthday that year. It was April 17th. But, yeah, that's kind of...
If you were to establish an Easter tradition, like this can be like totally made up, what tradition would you establish?
Oh.
I don't have an answer.
I think...
Oh, wait. One more thing. This isn't like we do it every year, but like we have done it a lot in the past. You know what Jesus rolls are?
Yes, with the little marshmallows inside. Oh, they look delicious.
I hope this weekend that I make some Jesus rolls because those are good.
They're delish. I was thinking like something totally different, but like a tradition my mom used to do back when me and Noah were really little and we believed in the Easter Bunny. There was a brief period of time where my mom she would get like giant jelly beans and put them in piles, and it would be like the Easter Bunny pooped.
Oh, that's cute.
Jelly beans, so there'd just be piles of jelly beans on our floors.
That is very cute.
And the Easter Bunny left us some little jelly beans. Because, okay, I think the movie's called Hop, the Easter movie.
Yeah.
I do watch that every year still.
Oh, you do?
Because I like watching like holiday specific movies. Like I love all the
Yeah.
Christmas movies and stuff. And it's like the only Easter specific movie.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy watching that one.
Are there other Easter specific movies? There's an Easter bunny in that movie with like Jack Frost.
Oh, like
Rise of the Guardians.
I was gonna say Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Those are the same title.
The Easter bunny is in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't seen the third one.
He's in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was right.
Well, how exciting.
Yeah. There needs to be some, like, I was about to say, why is there no Easter music? But, like, there is.
Worship music.
Like, it's worship music, but
well,
there is actually a lot of
Candy. They play that a lot in that Hop movie.
Yeah.
That one gives you bad vibes.
Yeah, I don't like it. But, like, we just need more holidays. Like, we need some Thanksgiving music.
Here comes Easter bunny tail, hopping along.
He's hopping down the trail.
Pooping out jelly beans.
Gonna put some eggs in your pail. Was that good?
I think that's it.
All right.
We'll clip that and we'll send it to Apple Music.
Okay.
They'll post it.
Apple Music, you know what to do.
They'll post it. Okay, the one thought I had this week, because I didn't have many, was when you're putting on your shoes, are you sock, shoe, sock, shoe?
Here's the thing.
There's a correct answer.
Here's the thing.
Oh, no.
I genuinely don't know, and I do either at any point in time.
No.
I think the majority of the time I do sock, shoe.
If anybody does sock, shoe,
I
they're criminals.
Do that sometimes.
Why would you
because
ever?
Something is broken in my brain. Like, it's a sign of, I don't know what, but it is evidence of something that sometimes I do that and it's inconsistent.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah.
No, the answer is sock, shoe.
No, I, like, fully respect that, and I know that it's the correct answer, but sometimes that's not how the cookie crumbles.
Not for you.
You know what I mean?
Are you the type of person that, like, you get dressed and put your socks on all at the same time, or do you get dressed, kind of get ready, mosey about, and then put your socks and shoes on right before you leave?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. I think either. Actually, now that I think about it, at least the majority of the time, I do sock, shoe. Because I don't like to walk around with shoes on in my house. You know what I mean? Like, I have socks on, just like throughout the day in my house usually, but I don't have shoes on. So, like, I get dressed and put my socks on and everything. I also alternate, like, whether or not I get dressed or, like, get ready, like, brush my teeth and, like, stuff like that first. You know what I mean? Like, that flip-flops all the time. Yeah, that kind of flip-flops.
Like, typically for me, like, I get dressed first, and then typically my routine is I get dressed, I do my hair, and then I brush my teeth, and then do my makeup. Because I don't want to, like, put makeup on and then brush my teeth.
Yeah.
And also what I was thinking about for that answer is, if this is a weird answer, but if the socks are, like, cute and a part of the outfit on purpose, I'd probably put them on with the outfit because I'd have them laid out with the outfit.
I get that.
But if the socks are just, like, socks for my tennis shoes, they probably go on with the shoes.
I totally get that. I like those socks, by the way.
Thank you. These are my socks.
Those are your socks. I am always out of socks. There have been, like, 2 different times
in
the past
eating
year.
Them?
No, it's just that there have been 2 different times in the past year where I've bought like a bunch of socks to just have more socks in my wardrobe, and I still am always out of socks. Like, I still always have to do laundry just because I have no socks.
You have no socks?
You know what I mean? How is it possible?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't wear tennis shoes a lot. Like, obviously I wear socks all the time in the winter, but, like, as soon as it gets warm, I'm like, get my chacos. I'm a sandals girl.
Okay, so I don't do that. And, like, the first time that I wear chacos or, like, a sandal or something of the year, I have to, like, I hate it. Like, the first time I hate it, and I have to get used to, like, having my
They do. I feel like
out.
Every summer the chacos, the first few times you wear them, rub blisters.
It's not even blisters. It's just I'm like, it just feels wrong.
I think it's that you just don't like feet.
I think I just don't like feet. But I have to like convince myself like, oh, it's okay to have my toes
It's
out.
okay. My toes aren't violating the world.
Exactly.
Right now.
Like it is
they're
okay.
out in an appropriate way today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I know that in my head, but sometimes I don't know that in my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It takes your heart a little longer to
like
get there.
that's just inappropriate. Like put your toes up.
It's just inappropriate.
Yeah.
Put your toesies away.
Come on. We're civilized.
I love that.
I don't usually think that about other people, but sometimes I do.
It depends on. Well, first
90%
of all,
of the time I don't think that about.
I don't think I'm paying attention to people's feet, but there
No.
are times that like some gnarly feet are out there.
Yeah, that's the thing is if I notice, then I'm
like,
bothered about it.
Especially like if it's okay, here's what I'll say. If you're a grown man outside of like a church camp setting, wearing or lifeguarding, I'll give it to lifeguards, wearing your chacos, I need to talk to you.
Okay, but well,
name a reason a grown man outside, like a little boy is acceptable, but a grown man,
I don't know if I agree.
outside of like a summer, okay, I'll say a summer activity in general.
Well, okay.
Like lake days, that kind of stuff. But like, give me a scenario where it would be okay.
I think if they're in their 20s, then it's okay.
You're telling me if a man our
You're
age
talking about chacos, just like normal chacos.
is walking the street in his
imagine
shoes,
you see
chacos?
imagine this. It is summer, or maybe it's like late spring or something like that, and you see a 25, or dare I'm going to go out on a limb, a 27-year-old man in the grocery store with chacos on, and he's just wearing like a t-shirt and shorts, like perfectly normal outfit. That's weird. Why am I defending this so hard?
Do you have a thing for guys in chacos?
I don't. I actually actively don't.
Exactly. It's kind of weird. I'm not saying like I'm thinking it's gross or I'm like think it's nasty. I'm saying like
that's not something that I would clock though. That's not something I would notice.
I'm just saying like, hey, like we just need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
I just need to know why. Where are you going? Are you a leader at a church group? You know what? You're clear, man. Are you from Colorado? You're clear, man.
Yeah.
Like
what if they're in college? I don't know why I feel like that's an excuse.
It depends on the vibes they give off.
Okay.
That's why I have to talk to them.
Oh,
the answer
to
is
interview
just,
to see if like they're allowed to.
I just have to talk to them.
Oh, okay.
I
get that.
Like,
I get that.
I just need to know why they feel the need to wear those shoes. Like, if you're think like, hey man, I just work in sales up in the business office.
Oh, then no,
these are my Saturday shoes and blah blah. I'd be like,
yeah. That's really unfortunate. But what if they're actually? I cannot think of another scenario besides like what we've already said that would like allow for that type of behavior. I've fully switched my opinion on this.
I'm so glad.
You have talked me into
this. Makes me
opinion.
think of when we go to shop together and we have to decide if we're gonna influence or de-influence each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, do you need me to influence you or de-influence you on this?
Yes.
Sometimes I have to influence you. Like your purse?
Yeah, the purse. I would not have the purse if you hadn't influenced me into buying it.
Aren't
but also,
glad?
I would have a lot of unnecessary stuff if you didn't de-influence me from it.
Well, you had to de-influence me from something. I don't remember what it was.
I don't know either.
You're like, hey, listen, let's bring it back down.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, it's Easter.
It is Easter.
So I was like reading through the Easter story, and I was in Luke, and there's always one part of the story that gets me every year, and I like go back and I read it every year. It's in Luke 23 verse 18. It's a good chunk of verses, but it's the story of Barabbas.
Oh,
and
Barabbas make me emotional.
I love the story of Barabbas, and I don't really know why. I know a long time ago when I was in like junior high, there was this one spoken word video that I saw like at a church.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That just like hit, like just hits you in the emotions of the story of Barabbas and like all of that. And so ever since then, I've just had this like obsession with Barabbas, and every year I feel like I just draw to Barabbas.
I heard some song the other day.
It's called I Am Barabbas.
Yep, you showed it to me. That's why I was thinking of it.
Yes, I have it written down. It's a very good song called I Am Barabbas by Josiah Queen, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Erin, I've talked to you. He's coming to Waco.
Let's go see him.
We have to.
Okay, let's go.
I'll look at the date and I'll tell you after.
Okay, let's do it.
It's like his tickets are like $15.
Yeah.
We should go.
Let's go. Honestly, I would be bothered if he charged more than that. I'd be like, you have like half an album out.
Yeah.
Come on.
But it's a good song, so if you haven't listened to it, you should go listen to it. But I'm going to read through the story of Barabbas. So it's Luke 23, and it'll be verses 18 through 23. So I'll just read through it. And then I kind of have some stuff to talk about Barabbas.
Yeah.
So it starts in 18. It says, "But they all shouted, 'Kill him, let Barabbas go free.' Barabbas was a man who was in jail for starting a riot in the city and for murder. Pilate wanted to let Jesus go free, so again Pilate told them that he would let him go. But they shouted, 'Kill him on the cross.' A third time Pilate said to the people, 'Why? What wrong has he done? He is not guilty. I can find no reason to kill him. So I will let him go free after I punish him a little.' But the people continued to shout. They demanded they wanted Jesus to be killed on the cross. Their shouts got so loud that Pilate decided to give them what they wanted and sent Jesus to the cross and released Pilate." So I feel like, again, like every year I'm drawn to this story. And what's weird is like the story of Barabbas isn't even in all the Gospels. Like he's not even like acknowledged in all of them. So like the other day when I was like reading through it and all of this, and this came up, I was just like, why is this so important, Lord? Like, what is the point of it? And, there's a lot of messages about Barabbas and all of that. And I was just diving in with the Lord about, like, why is it important? Like, I think it's only please correct me if I'm wrong. I know it's in Luke. I think it's only in Matthew and Luke.
Okay.
I don't think it's in the other two, but it could be Mark instead of Matthew. I'm not 100% sure. But it's only in 2 of them. And so I was just like, what? Why? Why is that? And then I go down this rabbit hole of Barabbas is let go, Jesus is sent to the cross, and ultimately, like, I'm like, well, we know that. We know the story. We know that he's going to go to the cross. Like, it doesn't matter, really. Barabbas is just like a extra detail that I always felt like was unimportant, and why is he in here? And then my thoughts spiraled to, well, he probably just goes out and kills more people and does more things, and like, Lord, like, he's gonna go kill all these people and do all this stuff, and like, I know you had to send Jesus to the cross, but couldn't Barabbas have just been like held prisoner a little bit longer, and then he could have been crucified after Jesus? Like, why? And I just get so caught up on like all the things that he did and could have done, and I get so warped in that as Jesus is going to the cross. And I was like sitting here in my living room, and I was just like praying, almost talking out loud to God, just like literally having a conversation, be like, why, God? Like, I just don't get it. Like, he probably went off and did all these terrible things. Or hopefully maybe he did go find Jesus. I don't know. And I wrote down, like, did he walk away and just never look back? Did he go kill more people? What did he do? And I just felt so suddenly in that moment, the Lord say, that doesn't matter. And I was like, well, yes, it does, because I want him to give Jesus his credit, and I want him to stop doing the things that he was doing, and the things that he does is bad. And it just immediately, the Lord was like, what Barabbas doesn't matter. Barabbas matters.
Oh.
And I was just like, and then it was just like, the Lord just quickly was like reminding me, like, Barabbas or not, standing there or not, it doesn't matter that he stood there. It doesn't matter that he got down and what he went off and did. Like, I love Barabbas as a person. So, like, I'm going to go climb on that cross for him as a person and die on the cross for Barabbas, not the things that Barabbas did. And it just, like, hit me with, like, oh, duh, I'm being dumb. Like, why am I so focused on the things that Barabbas does? Like, yes, Jesus died on the cross for our sins. Yeah, that's a huge, like, we need Jesus because of our sins. But Jesus died on the cross for you as a person, more than that. And, like, Jesus does that because the Lord wants to be in relationship with us and wants us as humans. Yeah. And so it was just, like, this part that just made the story of Barabbas have a different perspective for me, that, like, Jesus doesn't, like, it's included, like, that he was a bad man. He was a murderer. He, like, started riots. He does all these terrible things. And he's been in prison multiple times and probably gets arrested again later. We don't know, but probably. And the Lord was just so quick to be like, that doesn't matter. Like, what you do doesn't matter. So I wrote down, you matter, not what you do. And, like, that's why Jesus climbed on the cross. And I think, like, sometimes I can get really fixated on, like, and not that this is a bad side of it. There's no bad side to look at why Jesus climbed on the cross. Like, there's no bad side of it. But I can just look at I have to have Jesus in my life because I am a sinner. I'm broken. I'm messed up.
Yeah.
But even on it just makes it so much more of a real human level that, like, yeah, I do need Jesus, and I recognize that, and I am a sinner, and I'm separated from the Lord. So I needed Jesus to come on the cross, but also God wants to be with us so badly as people that it's not like a transactional token kind of thing. And so it was just really cool. Like, it was just cool. And then one of the quotes that I love that comes from that video I was talking about is the Lord had to treat Jesus like Barabbas so that he could treat Barabbas like Jesus. Oh. And I just like to take that and, like, fill it in with, like, my own name. Like, the Lord had to treat Jesus like Jordin deserves so that Jordin could be treated like Jesus deserves.
Wow. That's really good.
And it's just hard. Like, it's just hard to know that, like, that's how, like, he chose me and he chooses us to do that because he sees us as people.
Yeah.
And who we are and, like, truly who we are.
This is, I don't know, like, it's, at least for me, it's so hard to remember that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, actually remember it and not just, like, on, like, an intellectual level. And that's something that, I don't know, I feel like it's so telling, like, how difficult it is for us to, like, actually really remember the gospel. And, like, there's a reason that mm-hmm. like, I don't know. Like, everything points to the gospel. And we need to be reminded of it all the time.
Yeah. I think I can just view Jesus, and I'm not trying to say, like, I don't take it for granted or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the weight of it, but I think I can sometimes get so caught up in a transactional, like, oh, I need Jesus because I'm a sinner, so he died on the cross for me.
Yeah.
Rather than also just looking at the deeper side of, like, but not only did Jesus and the Lord, like, they wanted you. Mm-hmm. Like, God wants us to be with him in eternity. And he aches for that almost, I guess. Like, he just wants us to choose that and to choose him. And so, like, the story of Barabbas just has a little bit more weight to it, mm-hmm. where it feels more like it didn't matter what Barabbas chose after that. I hope that Barabbas eventually found Jesus and, like, you know, gave his life to the Lord. But it didn't, whether or not he did or didn't, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus still loves Barabbas and was going to do that for him over and over again. And it makes me think of another song that I've just recently, like, gotten really into. Mm-hmm. It's called Abandon by Benjamin William Hastings, which he writes a few other, like, he's, like, part of a few other pretty popular worship songs that we would recognize. Mm-hmm. But the song just starts off saying, like, I gave my worst, you gave your blood. And then it says, you're telling me you chose the cross. You're telling me I'm worth that much. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus says you are, and that you are worth that much. And I just also think, like, how differently my life would look if I lived with that truth every day.
Yeah.
So, like, and I lived like I knew that wholeheartedly every day.
Yeah.
Rather than living with the truth of, oh, Jesus died for my sins, blah, blah, blah. But, like, Jesus died for me, too, as a human, mm-hmm. not just my sins. And so, like, I feel like it would just change the way I lived my life.
Yeah.
And it was just like
like, it's completely overwhelming. Like, completely overwhelming. And I don't know. I feel like we get little, I don't know exactly where I'm going with this, but I feel like we get, like, little, like, glimpses of, like, understanding that now, and I don't think we can, like, fully not even close, not even a tiny percentage of fully, like, wrapping our minds about that yet, but, like, even just knowing that, and just knowing that, like Christ died because he loved me, like, that is so, like, I don't know. Like, it just, like, shatters everything. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, it just, like, completely shatters, like, sin and shame and all that stuff. And, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, like, it just, I kind of think I know what you're saying. Like, it just gives it a different perspective of, like, I don't know how to, like, put it into words. It's just something that I feel like what you're saying, like, I understand the love of the Lord, but I don't think we fully understand how much he loves us.
Yeah.
Because it's an unearthly amount.
Yeah.
And so it's something, like, as humans here on earth, we'll never be able to obtain and understand. And it's hard, like, reading the story of Barabbas is sometimes frustrating for me, because I'm like, there are very few people on this planet I would actually die for. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not a mom yet, so I feel like that might, like, you know, a lot of moms say they would die for their own children, but there are very few people on this planet I would actually die for, let alone a stranger who I know is a murderer, who's killed people, who's a thug, like, a stranger on the street. Mm-hmm. Like, and, like,
there's a decent chance that he would take that for granted.
Yeah, and, like, some of the stories just, like, some of the way that the translations tell the story is, like, some of them emphasize that Jesus just stood there and said nothing. And just, like, he just stood there, and he let the people scream to kill him, and he let Pilate let Barabbas go. And then I think it's so interesting, like, Pilate was just like, I don't know why you people want him killed.
Yeah.
Like, why is that important, too? Like, Pilate saw no guilt in this man and just wanted to simply punish him and then let him go. So it's so interesting that, like, just the details that the Lord includes in that story.
Yeah. Like, that's something that's always kind of stuck out to me is why do we get this little characterization? Or, like, this little, I don't know, like, Pilate's reaction. And stuff like that.
I think part of it is just to show, I don't know really what they'll, you know, obviously I don't know, but for me sometimes I think it just shows, like, how the Lord had to harden the hearts of his people. Because the same people shouting to crucify Jesus were the same people that a week before were laying palms down for him and were worshiping the ground he walked on. And so, like, within that week, the Lord just totally hardened their hearts and was set to be on the cross. Yeah. And I think it just was, like, I think it just shows, like, that this was ultimately what the Lord came to do. Yeah. Was at our, and, like, and I know people have said this before too, but, like, there are times where it's like, if I was there in that moment, I would probably be one of the people shouting to put Jesus on the cross. Yeah. And, like, my own sins put Jesus, you know, like, my own sins put Jesus on the cross, and, like, all of the different things that, like, add up to that. Mm-hmm. So it's just such a hard, like, heavy thing. I feel like Easter is just, you know, Sunday on Easter is the best day of being a Christian. Like, it's the biggest day for us. Like, Jesus rose and he defeats death, and, like, that's so cool and, like, the best thing ever. But I feel like it wouldn't be that if it didn't have the heaviness that it does have too. Oh, no. It wouldn't have the joy if it didn't have the sorrow and heaviness. And so it's like, sometimes I feel like, oh, well, I have to focus on the sad and sorrowness of it, because I don't want to just be like, oh, Jesus rose, cool. Like, I want to feel the weight of what my own actions did to Jesus, you know?
I don't know. It feels like it's impossible to have one without the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I feel like, I don't know, like, if you're sitting in, like, a Good Friday service and you're like, I need to be sad right now, I'm gonna be sad. And, like, you actually start, like, really, like, thinking about it and, like, addressing your sin and just, like, going over, like, what that means, like, then you immediately, like, arrive at the conclusion that, like, Jesus loves you despite that, and he died for you, not, like, I don't want to say died for you despite that, but, like, died for you, like, because of, does that make sense? I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, died for you, like, because he loves you, and, like, it, I don't know. All I'm saying is, like, I feel like you can't think of one without the other.
Yeah. Well, even in just like,
yeah,
I just think like, this is kind of off topic, but like some of the most joyful moments of my life were so joyful because of the pain and suffering that led up to that.
Yeah.
And so I think like with the cross, like it's such a joyous, life-breathing event because of the pain and suffering that led up to it.
Yeah.
Like had Jesus just died a normal death because he got sick and then rose from that it would still be cool, but it wouldn't have the weight that it does have, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like,
what I always think about, like, when it comes to that is that literally every, like, it was, I don't know, like, you know how it's, like, such a process to get to the cross, like, they question him, and, like, then they were, like, whipping him, and then they, you know, the crown, and then, like, the, however long the walk was with the cross itself, literally every single tiny little step of that Jesus, like, chose to do on purpose.
mm-hmm.
Like,
even when they were like, you're the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, like, save yourself.
Yeah.
And he could have.
Yeah. And, like, he had, like, God has given him, like, all of this authority. And it's just every single thing he, like, humbly and, like, purposefully walked into. Which just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like, just the humility and the love that Jesus has.
Yeah.
And he's a cool dude. It's hard to, like, wrap that up because it's, like, such a heavy topic to, like, fester on. And like I said, I don't think we will ever fully wrap our heads around it.
Yeah.
Just because it feels it's so heavenly and, like, something that we on earth can't wrap our heads around. And I don't know if we will even in heaven. Like, I feel like we'll still be in shock and awe of Jesus and that he did that and that he loves us.
That's the thing is, like, that, like, kind of back to, like, what we were saying, like, what you were saying earlier, like, it doesn't matter what Barabbas did after. Yeah. Because God is good. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. Like, I just, like, the story of Easter and, like, the gospel is so simple. Like, it's so simple, but also it's so not, in a way. Like,
it seems so straightforward, and, like, it's cool how the Lord, like, kind of wove it like that, because it's, like, it's so easy, like, that kids can understand it, and it's easy to grasp it, and, like, it's easy. I'm thankful it's easy so that we can understand it and we can have salvation and we can accept Jesus. But also I feel like once you do that and, like, if you choose to dig into it and learn more, there's, like, 20,000 more layers. Yeah. And just all these different things that God did in that and that God's still doing through that are just, like, cool that it's like a never-ending story.
Yes. And I don't know. I feel like part of the reason that it's so, like, part of the reason, like, I'm, like, sitting here, like, struggling to put it into words is just, like, the emotions that come with that. Yeah. Is because, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like this is something that, like,
sometimes I feel unqualified to talk about it because I'm like, I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah. I just know what the Bible's, even a little bit of what the Bible says. I think I know. Yeah. And I think I understand it, but I don't. And I'm not 100% sure what's happening, but this is just I feel like the Lord's telling me right now, and we'll see where that goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we were saying earlier about, like, some of these details and, like, these, like, I don't know, extrapolations is maybe a word that exists. I don't know. This is not a big word podcast. Don't ask me to say big words. It was the first one that popped in my head. But, like, all these, you know, little details like that, like, what might have happened after this, like, what, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, it just doesn't matter because God is good and because we get to worship the Lord and, like, because he has saved us. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Amen. Yeah. And on that note, I think that's all we have for today. I don't know if we can form more words.
Here's the thing is, I could sit here and continue to do this for hours.
We could continue to talk in circles for hours.
Yeah. I mean, it's good circles to talk in.
It's good circles to talk in, but you fester on what we just said.
Yeah, you go talk in circles for hours.
You do it.
Okay, but on that note,
we'll see you guys next week.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.